CopBlock.org, there's a submit tab. You can share your recount and your story there. The site, like I said, gets over 100,000 views a month now, and it could get picked up by like allied outlets and some other media to help leverage that incident, because it's already a sunk cost. If you've written it once, then you may as well just try to get it out there. And then also you want to provide some updates if you can, and then if this is a big incident that happens, provide overarching posts or videos from time to time, because you can't expect, if you say you get arrested in January and then you have a court date in February, then another one in March, then you have a jury trial, like you can't expect everyone to stay up on everything that's going on. But if you create an overarching post that says, hey, this happened, and then these things in legal land happened, and now here's where we're at, here's how you can help me, that one place people can go to find stuff, that'll make it more likely to happen. But like I said, try to get the names and badge numbers. That's important because, especially with CopBlock, we try to advocate that you don't just blanketly apply blame to say, like when Dave Ridley was kidnapped and caged in Nashville at the Biden, outside the hotel last year, you know, it's not as effective to just say the Nashville PD arrested Dave Ridley, but you know, this individual and this individual acted in the wrong, so we can focus attention on those folks. You know, we can do call floods to them if it's a big enough incident. You know, we can try to solicit the information for those folks, and if it's not there, you know, we can put it out and say, hey, anybody have access to this information? And someone might step forward who has more information about the people. Someone might be able to glean that information through, you know, electronic means and things like that. But so that really boils down to the point of striking the root and focusing on the individual responsible, because it's not a police. If you look at a situation as the Nashville PD beat me up, I mean, really, was there, I don't know how many folks, like 100 folks, did 100 people wearing badges beat you up? It was likely, you know, one to a handful of people who beat you up, and they should be the people that are called out and held responsible for their actions. It's not, and similarly, you know, if you're kidnapped and caged and said to be, you know, disorderly, any of these catch-alls, interfering with government administration, resisting, disorderly, anything like that, you know, really just don't go into defensive mode per se to say that, you know, well, I didn't do this and here's why, but go into offensive mode and say, you know, I was a peaceful person, this guy acted in the wrong, here's what he did to me, and really just like distill it down, and don't let yourself get caught up in the language, the legal land language that's used. And another way you can sort of focus on the individual responsible. In Keene last year, as some of y'all may have seen, our buddy Derek J. Freeman was sort of knocked off his bike and punched by a guy named Fenton Moore, who happened to wear a Keene police badge, and a lot of us didn't think that, we thought Fenton Moore was acting in the wrong. So, you know, later that evening, a number of us, while other people were editing video about the incident, a number of us went outside his property, sang a song that was pretty positive, and then a couple of us went door to door to his neighbors' houses and said, hey, I know if I live next to some guy who's aggressive, I'd want to know about it, and today your neighbor did this to our friend, I thought it was wrong, and here's a link to a video, you know, check it out for yourself. And that was a very targeted way that I thought was very effective. It's a peaceful means to help hold people accountable that are in the wrong. So those are things I suggest. I know, again, we covered a lot of ground, so CopBlock.org/knowyourrights has a lot of this info. And that's good. It's good to do this damage control. It's good to support each other. That's the idea behind CopBlock, is you know, there's more good people in the world than bad folks. And if we can oust the bullies, if we can shine a spotlight, the disinfectant light of the transparency on their actions, and we can support each other with this. So that's good. But even better would be for these instances not to happen. And so how do we make that happen? You know, that's really my end goal. I don't want to be out cop blocking the rest of my life. You know, I'd rather live in a peaceful community. So I'll put forth the idea that, you know, it can never happen when there's a coercive monopoly, which is what police are today. They say everyone who lives in this area, we have the sole monopoly on protection of you, and therefore we have the right to steal your money to protect you. So from the start, there's a double standard on which this institution of protection supposedly exists on. The fact that they claim the right to steal money from you to then protect you, you know, it's a racket. And there's